Hello everyone, welcome back. World Coin Hunt Day today. I do enjoy these. Somebody did say in one of the comments not so long ago that there's only myself and possibly one or two other people with active channels that actually do world coin hunts. Everyone else just picks on a particular coin and goes through the history of it. Maybe a couple of coins, but that's about as far as it goes. But I'm quite sort of chuffed if I'm in that little niche area that does the actual hunts. So if it's true, thank you very much. Now, what I was going to do, if you remember back a few videos ago, I mentioned that I was given another bag of goodies. I threw half in and I said the other half I was going to go through just for my own purposes. Yeah, I did that. And like an idiot, the other day I threw all the coins into the tub, gave it a mix and thought, no, I was going to show you guys. There's the empty bag. Yeah, kind of useless, isn't it? Just an empty bag. So the coins are in there, the extras. So I'm going to give it another rustle, have a dig through, and hopefully try and bring some of them back up to the top. Right, so give it a quick jiggle. Ooh, what's that? Is that one? Oh no. Sorry, I'm already looking at coins that I should be looking at. Right, first one out. Upsy downsy. So we got ourselves a coin from India. This one's, as ever, it's aluminium. Oh, 20 pays. 1983. Don't think we've had a 20 before. I think previous hunt or one before that we had a 10, and that was a fairly modern one, 2000s. But this is possibly one of the bigger denominations we've had, so that's nice. I can see some of them just starting to peek through, so I'll try and not grab them on purpose, but pull what we can. Here we go, 20p. That looks Irish to me. Yeah, 2000. This must have been one of the last ones they had minted and released, because it's around that time. They went over to the euro, I think. Was it 102, something like that? So there we go, 20p from Ireland, 2000. Here we go, Ballywick of Jersey, 10 pence. I think this might have been one of the ones. 1992. This is one of the new size ones rather than the larger old style 10p's. There we go, 10 pence, Jersey, 1992. I don't think I've got that one actually in my little collection, so that'd be a nice addition. I'll have to have a look. Here we go. What are we looking at? Oh, it's a mask. I couldn't work out what it was. 2007. Oh, hang on, that's got RF on it, so that's French. And the fact it's got a load of stars, this is going to be a euro cent. Yeah, 2 euro cents. So that's the French 2 euro cent from 2007. Starting to get a few more of those sneak into the tub, because obviously more people going abroad enjoying their hollybobs and coming back with a pocket full of shrapnel. Right, what we got there? Oh, Russia. 2004. 10 kopecks. Quite a small fiddly coin. Slightly smaller than the 1p. Yeah, there we go. 2004. 10 kopecks from Russia. Oh, I think this was one of the ones from the tub from before, from the bag. Oh, hang on, that way round. Yeah, this is, we had one before. It was 1933. That date there on the left. And the one on the right is the Arabic year. So that is 1357, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. The downwards arrow is a 7. The upwards arrow is an 8. And you've got 1938. So 1938, that's Iraq, if I remember rightly. Not that I can tell from the writing. But from memory, having seen the previous one, yeah, this is Iraq. Not too sure. I think these, they haven't got a big value to them, but they're probably up around the £2 mark for swapsies and general for sailing. So I don't think I've got a 1937, sorry, 38. That'd be one for the pot in that case then. That way around. Estados Unidos Mexicanos, so Mexico. Where are we? That way around. Looks like $5, but it's not. It's 5 pesos. 1980. We've had some Mexican stuff in the past. I think they've been 1 peso or 2 peso coins. I don't think we've had a 5. Oh well. Nice addition anyway. 5 pesos from Mexico. That way around. Belgium. Belgique, that's the French spelling. 1929. 25 centimes. I think we've seen these in the past. I think we've seen 1s, 5s, 10s. So now we've got a 25 for 1929 from Belgium. Something about coins with holes in, they just fascinate me. I don't really know what it is. Turn you around the right way. All seems to be coming out upside down. Maybe if I change the tub and move it up the other way. Oh, that's Ukraine. There's the logo at the top. 5 whatevers. I can never remember what their currency is. It's written in such a way, but it's not pronounced in that way. I've put it there by now anyway, so you'd have seen it. But yeah, there's a few Ukrainian coins also sneaking into the pot, a bit like euros. Again, I don't know if it's people fleeing Ukraine putting these things into circulation over here, for collectors, or whether it is older coins that were just lurking around in the first place. See a date on it, unless I've gone completely blind, which is probably the case. I'll have a closer look anyway, and the date would have been on screen as well by now, so probably a one-off year, which is why it isn't dated. Here we go, sixpence. That's another Irish coin. 1968. So long before the euro kicked in. Pre-decimal, sixpence, 2.5 pennies. Or in their case, it would have been 2.5 pinjins. Because they had pinjins rather than pennies, didn't they, before decimalisation? It's better, up the right way. Hey! Ah, another French one. This one does look old. Yeah, I think we've had some of these in the past as well. 10 centimes, 1912. I think this is one of the ones out of the bag that I, inadvertently threw in the other day. Nice to have. Over 110 years old and is looking better than I'll ever will. Here we go, 10 centimes, 1912 from France. That looks Russian again. What date is that? I can't work it out. 1947. Oh, it's not Russian, it's Austrian. Yeah, because Russian is. So I'm just trying to find where he's gone. Oh, it's not on there, is it? Yeah, Russian coins are double headed, I think, aren't they? Double headed eagles. So, yeah, this is Austrian. 1 shilling from 1947. We've had these actually in the past. Why I didn't recognise it straight off, I do not know. Here we go again, another Euro cent by the looks of it. So this would have been from the bundle I threw in. Load of stars, 2014, Latvia. So how much is that one? €5 cent. Another one for my pot. I've got a little bag of Euro cents gradually building up. There's so many for each country. I'll be there forever and a day. There we go. Latvia 2014, €5 cents. I think that was one from the bag as well, thinking about it. There's been a fair few of these that I think came from the bag. Ah, this one did as well. I remember this one. When I had the bag initially and I opened it and went through it, I pulled some out and I did a little bit of research on a couple. And this was one of them. And this is dated 1944. And there's 2 francs for Belgium. It's a bit on the rusty side. And I was surprised. I wasn't aware of the fact that this coin is actually American steel. It's the coins that they would have used for the American 1 cent in 1944, or around that period at least. So when Belgium was freed of the German jackboot, the Americans moved in, occupation ceased, then the American occupation started up for a short time as the Allies went storming on through towards the Rhine. And the Americans said, here you go, have some of our metalwork for your coins. So these were all blank, as far as I know, blank planchettes for coins for the States. So the Belgians used it for their 2 francs, which explains why it's a bit on the rusty side. Yeah, there you go. Bit of history again, bit of education. I scare myself sometimes. So 2 francs, 1944 from Belgium. That'd be a nice one to do a little bit more research on, but I think there's probably a fair few of them, to be honest. Not to be too disparaging to the Americans, they'd like to do a little bit of overkill, so they probably gave them a fair few. Oh, here we go, Russia again, or at least the Soviet Union. 20 kopecks, 1961. So Cold War time. Again, we've had a fair few of these. They'd be good to get a nice little year run going. I might have to do some digging through the bag where I've got all the pooled coins and see if I can't pull a few more of those together. See if I've actually got a year run. Another Irish coin. 1935, and the size of this beast, I would say that's a penny. Yeah, one pigeon. So again, quite a common coin. The year, I don't honestly know if that's a rare year, a common year, or just a bog standard year. I'm guessing it's bog standard. 1935, one Irish pigeon. Give it a mix. So, 1911, East. Oh, yes, East Africa and Uganda Protectorate. Is it a protectorate? Yes, protectorates. Yeah, that'd be 1 cent. There was a load of these came out from about 1907, 1908, 1909, that sort of period. And then they ran all the way up to pretty much the early 60s, I think it was. So each one had a different monarch. So this one says George V, shows as 1 cent. And yeah, just the usual. Yeah, just the usual inscription on there. But yeah, that East Africa and Uganda. From about 1912, 1913 onwards, they dropped the Uganda bit and it just became East Africa. But we've had a few of those in the past, and I was able to get a little year run going. But there's too many of those to make it really viable without becoming expensive. So 1 cent. Oh, that was it. What's that mint mark? It's an H mint mark on that one. So that's Heaton. That's one of the Birmingham mints. So 1911, 1 cent, East Africa. That was stuck to my fingers. Pull that one out instead. What have we got? Oh, 1 dime. So we're back to the American stuff directly this time, not indirectly. There we go. 2001 D. So that's a Denver. Very common coins. Obviously made in their billions for what they need them for. But that will go into my holiday pot for next time round. So, 1 dime, 2001 D. Oh, France again. French Empire. 10 centimes. A mint mark. There's quite a few mint marks on some of these. On Napoleon III. 1856. We've seen this one before. I think the 1856 we've had in the past, mint mark was something like OM. It's just a different mint mark. Same year. So that's nice to get anyway. It's nice toning on that one. Yeah, there you go. 1856 from France, 10 centimes. Oh, she's upside down. Now that dual date got a P. Canada. 5 cents. Not sure what the P is for, because that would have thrown me. If it wasn't for those dual dates, I would have said P would have been the Perth Mint, and that would have been Australia, but wrong side of the world. But that is 1952, 2002. So there'd been a 50th anniversary sort of year issue for the coins. Nice and shiny still. There we go. Don't think I got this one for my collection either. So Canada 2002, 5 cents. Liberté, Égalité. Here we go. France again. 10 centimes. Mint mark on that. I can't quite work it out. Republic of France, 1872. So that is after the period that we had just now, where Napoleon was the emperor. So 1856 to 1872, it was only 16 years. But that was in the period between that was the French Revolution, which is why you've got a republic, not an emperor. So there we go, 1872, 10 centimes from France. Ooh, running out of room. Let's put you up there, shall we? That's what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 21. Grab a couple more. Oh, this is small. So 1942. Yeah, I recognise that. Is it Norway or is it Iceland? Iceland. 10 Orar. That is the old, I want to call it the old kroner that they used to use. So the new kroner. So it's a bit like saying new pence and old pence. So this is their equivalent to old pence. So 1942. It doesn't feel like aluminium. Got a feeling this is zinc actually. Quite dark. Yeah, 10 Orar, Iceland, 1942. That'd be a nice little addition. I wonder how much that one's worth. I'll look that up price wise because I think that could be worth a couple of quid. Literally just a couple. Nothing groundbreaking. Right, let's see what we can do. Let's give it another rustle through. Ooh, shiny. 1 cent. Oh, that's Barbados. Yeah. 2011. We've had these in the past. They're fairly common. Don't think I'll ever be going to Barbados, so that'll be going back in the pooled bag. Let's give it another mix. See if we can find something down the side out of the way. What's that? Oh, hang on. $12.93. That's the date there. There looks like a 0 in the middle, so that's a 5. Oh, hang fire, folks. We've got ourselves another. Oh, what was this? Oh my, hang on a sec. I have got somewhere. Here we are. I knew I had it somewhere. Do you remember this one from the previous hunt? One with a hole punched into it? That looked familiar. So what we had on that one was year 13. And the year 1293. that is trying to work out what that first character is. The second character is a 4. I think it's just damage, so it could be 14. Not sure. I'd have to do some digging. That is definitely another 5 from 1293. Now, from memory, that worked out to be about. This one was, I think, 1887, 1889, something like that. So it wasn't the year as shown there. It was the year of the reign, which is that number there. So similar to the Japanese coins, they don't have a year, they have a year of the reign itself. And you need to know your dates to be able to work backwards. So, that is really good news. Just put that one away back over there. This one's very worn though, but I will do some digging. That's going to be interesting. I might have to keep an eye out, see if there's any more of those snuck through the tub. Right, what have we got? 24. So what? One last one. Don't want anything like that. Nope, we've had those before. We've had some of these. So let's give it another bit of a dig. Pretty much started off with an Indian, and we're going to be finishing up with an Indian. 1957, that's 5 pays. Yep, that's India. So that mint mark has got a dot underneath it. That's Mumbai, I think it was. Mumbai mint. Well, there we go, finishing off with an Indian as we started off session. There you go. Let's just get this out of the way. So, pick of the week. There's a few old ones in there. There's a couple of shiny ones. I mean, that one's nice and shiny. Got some really old ones there. Some of these are old. Got that Belgian. Where did he go? That one, 1944. So that's a wartime coin. I don't know which one can be my favourite. Which is my pick of the week? You know what? It's a tie. I'm going to go with a tie. I'm going to go with the Iceland and the Iraq. And I think those two are the ones possibly that are going to have any value behind them at all compared to the rest that have been pulled. So I reckon they're probably worth no more than the £1.50, £2 each. They're both in really good nick considering. So yeah, I'm gonna run with those. In fact, I'm gonna say it's the Iceland. This is my favourite. 1942. 10 Aurora. That was it. There we go. So if you've got a pick of the pull, pop it down below in the comments. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider a like, maybe a comment, whether it's your favourite coin or anything else that you might want to mention to do with what we've pulled out today. And maybe even consider clicking that subscribe button. It all helps. And I will catch you lovely folks next time. Take care. Cheers all.